Hey, good morning from beautiful, brisk, downtown Blue Ridge, Sycamore Crossing. Yes, I'm your host, BKP, the voice of rural America. It is a little brisk this morning up here. We've got a couple people that are saying it's cold. They've gone all the way to the cold status. I told them I would wait to make that announcement when we went live. Yes, it's a little cold this morning. Get the sweatshirt out for Friday night football, but you can't beat this. This is what it's going to be like tonight. Friday night high school football in North Georgia. I can't wait. We'll talk about that in a minute. Again, we're in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. At 8:15, we will have Dr. Raymond Tidman will be with us this morning. You know, we were talking about mittens. I can't go into that conversation right now, but Dr. Tidman and I will be here at 8:15 for our Ask the Doc segment. We thank you, Georgia Cancer Specialist, for sponsoring that segment. And then we continue our Blue Ridge City Council candidate, Meet the Candidates. We'll have Mr. Gaddis here will be here this morning at 8:30, a candidate for Blue Ridge City Council. In fact, he's already over here waiting. He'll be over here this morning. Mr. Gaddis, a candidate.
We've asked this about the Warriors with
Uh-oh.
rent.
I always forget my volume, and then my computer yells at me, so I'm sorry. And then at 9 will be the All-Star Political Panel. Now, Rick and Bruce are on assignment, okay? That's the only way I could deal with it. I can't say they're on any vacations. They are on special assignment. The All-Star Panel has gone on. Some of our regulars have gone on the on assignment, and they should be back next week. But I'm happy to be joined with somebody you know has been on the panel several times. Joene will be with us, and Richie will be with us, and we've got some really great topics we're going to bring up from this week. There's a lot to talk about. The winds are shifting in Washington. Yes, and watch which vending machine you buy water from. Just saying. We'll go over that in a little bit, and then we'll round out our show this morning with the star that we wait for every week. The star of the show will be the pet of the week from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Who's our pet again? Piper will be with us. Rena will be bringing our star Piper at 9:45, and that's how we round it out. Before we really get started this morning, we want to welcome to North Georgia, to Blue Ridge, or anywhere on 515 north of Atlanta, because we know you're headed this way. We want to welcome you, the people that are evacuating Florida, up here. My hope is that everybody's kind to you, and I want to just express to everybody, it's going to get a little crowded up here in the next couple of days. The grocery store's getting a little crowded, the gas stations. Oh, the train. There you go. Now, wait, what's the train doing at 8:03? They're throwing me off. That's usually a 9 o'clock whistle. Okay, anyhow, as I was saying, welcome our friends. Now, down in Florida, mandatory evacuations, they're headed up 75, they're headed up 95, so they're coming our way. We have on FetcherNews.com, we have Sam sent out to her entire staff yesterday from Pickens County to Towns County to get with their particular county emergency management and get details on what's going on in their county to get you information. So you can go to FetcherNews.com. You can click on Fannin, Union, Towns, Pickens, Gilmer. You can click on all of those and get information. We will, if it comes to this, because it's going to be probably landfall tomorrow in Florida, or this afternoon in Florida, I guess, and we may be seeing it late in the weekend, start some of the outer bands hitting up this way and see what path Irma takes. So we might be seeing it Monday in this area. But what we want you to know is we are looking into, if necessary, any shelters, where are the shelters, and everything you need to know. That'll be on FetcherNews.com. So we put our staff on alert yesterday that this is a nonstop, keep up with it, because I think many of you, if you've been up here for quite some time, or you're from here, you remember when Florida gets hit and it's in the direct path, we kindly see a pretty rough all the way up through here. So that we have going on. Now, before we get to Ask the Doc, I just want to bring up a couple things, okay? Now, last night, there's yesterday and today. Everything there's yesterday and today, okay? So yesterday, in my yesterday world, now you may not do this, that's up to you. But in my yesterday world, I would have been glued to the TV last night. I would have been watching Roger Goodell, and I would have been watching the Patriots, and I would have been watching the Chiefs. I would have been glued. I would not have went to bed in my yesterday world until that game was over, no matter the score. That was yesterday, okay? I would have watched Roger Goodell get booed by the Patriot fans. I would watch them unveil the Super Bowl, banner to the crowd as they, they do an opening game for the Super Bowl champion Patriots. I would have been there. That was my yesterday. But today, I personally will not watch NFL. Now, will I, because I don't want to be a hypocrite, will I probably go to a Super Bowl party? Yes, there's usually good chip and dip, right? So you can't miss chip and dip, right? So I will probably attend a Super Bowl party. There's some good friends. I personally don't drink, so the good friends, they drink a couple adult beverages, so I get to enjoy the Super Bowl party and them. So, hey, it's a win-win. But all jokes aside, last night, as the Chiefs, see, the top story this morning should be that the Chiefs, okay, upset, went into Foxborough, right? And the Chiefs season opener at Gillette Stadium should have been the news of the night that they won. They went in and upset the Super Bowl champions in Foxborough last night, and the Chiefs went. But you know what? The quarterback of the Chiefs decided he should sit during the national anthem. Now, you might think I'm taking this one step too far. You have lost me. The NFL, and I'm going to throw it out there, you don't like it, your thug mentality, many of us in this world would love to get those signing bonuses. Many of us would love to get those paychecks that you get out of the mailbox. And there's men and women that went all over the world from, you go up to, I think everybody should take a chance to go up to Washington, D.C. and go visit all the memorials, World War II, World War I, Vietnam, Wall, and all of those. Really? Really? So that's just, I'm going to tell you, you have lost me. NFL has lost me. They started out last night, and they don't have me. Big deal, right? So Steve Bannon left. Now, Steve Bannon left the White House, and when asked by Charlie Rose about war, absolutely, he's going to war. Now, I, for one, am probably enjoying this too much because I have already seen, you're not going to hear this anywhere else. There's already one Steve Bannon casualty that they will not talk about. They will not give Steve Bannon credit for this casualty. Just the fear of Steve Bannon, there's already a major casualty that's not being reported. The co-chair of the Tuesday group, Tuesday caucus, right? The liberal side of the Republican Party, the Tuesday group, the co-chair Charlie Dent, yesterday, ironically, after our show, he decided not to run for re-election. That's right. The 15th district, I think it's the 15th district of Pennsylvania, which we aired yesterday, Justin Simmons, the state rep that is running against him, okay? We aired yesterday his introduction video. We talked about how Charlie Dent must go. We've talked for months. Let me tell you, Charlie Dent is a big casualty to the Republicans. Republican Charlie Dent has made a decision not to seek re-election. It came out about noon yesterday, okay? I got the message. So why is Charlie Dent not running for? Because you know what? The Muslim ban, Charlie Dent went against the president, as he called it, the Muslim ban. All right, he's gone. He voted no in the House against repealing Obamacare. He voted no on that package. He has been so critical, and he's been an MSNBC media darling, Republican Charlie Dent. But just the fear, and I'm going to give you a name that you don't know, just the fear of Lee Snover, okay, this will not be reported in the national news, just the fear of Lee Snover, the chairperson of the Republican Party in Northampton County, that had already vowed to do everything in her power, which, remember, Northampton County in Charlie Dent's district went Republican for Donald Trump and hadn't gone since 1988 under this person's leadership. So I'm telling you now, the fear of this one individual, along with her small army that she assembles, has already told Charlie Dent that they will work tirelessly to remove him because they're the ones that work to put him in office. So this needs to be an example all over the United States. All of those congressmen out there that misled you, lied to you, all right, and you worked so hard, grassroots, you went door to door for them and knocked on the door, and they're not keeping their word. You went out and put yard signs out for them. You went to phone banks and you said, elect a Charlie Dent, no matter where you're at. If you're in Missouri today, California. Hey, I looked yesterday. We have a large viewership in California. Hello, how are you? I don't know why the left coast is watching, but keep it up. Anyhow, if you're out there and you did all of this for your candidate, the Charlie Dent, that said they were going to go to Washington and change things and be a conservative, it's time now to take those same people and find an actual candidate that you could support. And they're in fear of that already. This is a casualty that will not be talked about in the Republican Party in the House. Will not be talked about. It's just not going to happen. Now, just the thought that Charlie Dent has to go up against Steve Bannon, he's out. So we're going to talk about that a little later. But here's the thing. Charlie Dent left, okay? Not going to seek re-election because of the fear that's put into him by Bannon. See, Bannon left in time for the election. We've talked about that. You could say that Trump pushed Bannon out, but we all know that Trump is calling Bannon. Bannon was sent out. That's my opinion. Steve Bannon, absolutely, he's there to take war. He said in the interview, that in the very first meeting at Trump Tower with Mitch McConnell, as it ended, he thinks it was the first meeting that Mitch McConnell looked at Trump and said, hey, you got to stop all this drain the swamp talk. Because guess what? You know, it's like a good baseball trade before the World Series kind of weather we have here. All right? Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, they seem to be sitting in the Oval Office. You didn't see that with Barack Obama. You don't have pictures. You don't have pictures of Barack Obama and Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan sitting in the Oval Office on the couch. You just don't have them because they didn't get invited up there to sit with Barack. I'm telling you now, Steve Bannon's goal is to remove Paul Ryan. Steve Bannon's goal is to remove Mitch McConnell. And my goal is to support him any way I can, period, okay? I think that's about it. I think it's all to be said, right? One other thing before we go and we get ready for Ask the Doc. How do you not, and this is TMZ style stuff, you know, Vanity Fair, how do you not put Melania Trump as one of the best dressed? And you put Michelle Obama. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. I don't know what that had to do with anything, okay? But, you know, I almost ordered one of those hats that said Texas that she was wearing the other day. Our friends in Florida, please heed warning. If you're down there, if you're up here, welcome. It's going to be a tough several days, and we pray maybe that this Irma would turn and go another direction. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to talk about so many of these subjects when we get the all-star political panel in here. But you know what? We're talking debt ceiling. We're talking Obamacare. President Trump said, look, I gave you 6 months. I gave you 6 months. You did not deliver, all right? And I tell you who's out. We may finally get we may finally get what I personally have been looking for quite some time. Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan gone. Hopefully. I'm your host, BKP. When we come back, we're going to have Dr. Raymond Tidman in here. It's time for Ask the Doc. And then we're going to have Mr. Gaddis in here. Ken Gaddis is going to be here. And we're continuing our Meet the Candidate segment here for City Council of Blue Ridge, All-Star Political Panel, Pet of the Week. And it's cold. Doctor, did you bring your mittens? Yeah. We'll find out after this commercial. Richie, take us to break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken Bowl, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bowl, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Ellijay Fitness Center, located at 379 River Street in Ellijay. Open 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. Locally owned and operated by Mark and Amy Woodring. Now offering sport-specific training to young athletes. Doesn't matter the sport. If you want to excel, let us help you be your best. Call or come by today for customized programs. 706-636-2348. Ellijay Fitness Center, your local and friendly health club. A place where everybody is somebody.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hey, and we're back, and I'm your host, BKP, and we apologize if our sound's a little down this morning. We're trying to adjust our soundboard now, and we're coming to you from downtown Blue Ridge, the beautiful Sycamore Crossing, a little brisk this morning, and I'm here with Dr. Raymond Tidman. We want to thank Georgia Cancer Specialists for sponsoring this segment. How are you, Dr. Tidman?
Good. You didn't tell me to bring my mittens this morning.
You got your jacket on.
I got my jacket on.
Well, this is the last month. We make September. We'll be going into October, so we push it to September. I like it out here.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Till Irma gets here. So.
Till Irma gets here, right? And if I had a sweatshirt and I was sitting there with a cup of coffee and it was brisk and a good book, I can handle it.
Yeah.
But sitting outside at night with the sweatshirt on,
Yeah.
I like this weather. So October we go inside. How are you doing? We haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
Good.
Dr. Whaley, how's he doing with his new truck? Is he getting anywhere?
He's getting there.
Is he?
Yeah.
All right.
He's coming into the modern age here.
Good. He calls you a gadget guy.
I don't
Do
know
you
why.
like? No, he does. He said, Ray's the gadget guy. He likes that stuff.
Well, I don't have a flip phone anymore, so I guess that's.
Oh, I'm not. That was pretty good. So you finally got the flip phone, right? It's gone.
Yeah.
I met a guy the other day with a flip phone. Isn't it funny that we talk about stuff like that? Like, we come from the time when there was only one mounted on the wall in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there was no such thing as having a private conversation. Now we talk about the old flip phone.
Well, I had an old roommate from college come down, and he was sporting one of those flip phones, and I teased him so much about being a Luddite, he finally went out and got him a real phone. So.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny when you said flip phone, and I'm thinking, technology. You had one phone, and remember they come out and they put one phone in the kitchen.
No, we'd fight over it.
Right, fight over it, right?
Yeah, kids would fight over it. Mom
And-
would be on it, sure.
And I don't know how we got on the phone conversation, but let's stay with it a minute. The greatest invention in my high school years, let's say, was call waiting. That was the greatest thing that ever happened.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what that did? That got me out of I don't know where I'm going with this, but let's go with it.
Well, let me interject, because I moved here in 1990.
Yes.
I lived way out Asca, and I was on a party line.
Oh, no, I know you didn't.
So, I mean, as a physician, I'd get a page, and we'd literally have to get on the phone and ask the neighbor to please get off so that I could call into the hospital. And it was that way for a year.
Okay, let's stay on the phone. So let's do this. I'm enjoying it. So we had call waiting. Okay, that was the greatest invention to me, because that got my brother and I out of a lot of trouble, because, oh man, I just can't stay out of trouble. So my brother and I, let's say I'm 14, he's 12. We get off the bus and we raced to see who can get in the house after school the fastest and grab the phone receiver off the wall.
Yeah.
And the winner of the phone receiver, I was going to say, got to call a girl first.
But did you have a sister?
Yes.
Okay. Because if you had a sister, you never got on the phone. I mean, my sister dominated the phone. There was just no way any of the boys got on. So.
Well, let's get back to my story. So my brother and I raced to the phone. And the first one to get it off the receiver was the winner. They get to call the girlfriend. The second one, you were left to beat him up. I'm sorry. I mean, or you were the one that said for the next hour, get off the phone, get off the phone. Let me make one call. You can call her back, right?
Right.
But then on the other side of the world, my dad's trying to call the house. And he keeps getting a busy signal. Oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
So when they got call waiting, that was awesome. Because then that way we say, hold on, and click over. Yeah, Dad, everything's okay.
House is not burning down.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I don't know where I got with that.
What about, do you remember the dorms with a payphone at the end of the hallway? And that's all the guys had? I mean, just go to the end of the hallway and wait on the phone to ring? Wow.
And now it's so we got from flip phone to the one on the kitchen wall to racing home to call waiting was awesome. That was just great. Call waiting. And then we could do a whole phone segment, you know, the cordless
Cordless
phone.
phones.
And they had the metal antenna.
Yeah.
And you broke that and you got in trouble. Okay, we're moving around.
Yeah.
I blame this totally on you this morning because you're the gadget
We're
guy.
really
That's
going-
how we got
We're
started.
going into history here.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're enjoying it. If they get something out of it, that's great. Doc, we always have questions. You can send those to Chief at fetchernews.com throughout the week. Ask the Doc. Just put in the subject, Ask the Doc, if you have a question. You can also send to info at fetchernews.com, and just put in the subject, Ask the Doc. Now, sometimes I look at these questions the first time throughout the week, and I think, okay, why are we asking this question? And but this one I want to go to specifically because of the current situation with Irma coming through and what happened with Harvey in Texas. Our home was flooded during a severe weather. What should we do with the food and medicine that got wet?
Well, that's easy. I mean, if any food or medicine's contaminated with unclean water, it's just, get rid of it. Don't trust it. But you can take this to another level. A lot of folks, if they have a flooded area, may try to save fabrics or materials like couches and things with padding out. That's not a good idea either, because almost certainly mold's going to grow in there. So generally, just get rid of that stuff.
Is that why when we see, and I know this maybe not be getting down the medical road, but it does turn into that. Is that why we see when they have these severe storms and one we have coming our way now? Is that why we see all the couches and everything ripped out? And some people might think, well, it is not that bad. Why are they ripping it out? Is that because that dampness?
You can never get it dry. You can never get it dry.
Never get it dry.
And if it's not dry, mold and bad things are going to grow there.
Now, so you could be living there 6 months later, and it could turn into health issues that you're not aware of.
And the surface can be dry, but the inside's going to be harboring bad things.
And medication, just anytime it's in any kind of contaminated water, anytime it gets wet in any way, you just got to get rid of it. Well, let's go here about
Let me interject.
Yes.
That's another interesting point. We don't look at this often. We live in the South. Some medications are very temperature sensitive. So leaving your medications in a bag or in your car while you go into the store, that car goes up to 110 degrees, 115 degrees. When you get in a car, it's hot. That temperature can alter the medication's effectiveness. So, we don't think about it a lot, but it is important to try to keep your medications even in the right temperature range.
That's interesting because I hadn't really thought about that. When you're in the South, storing them in high temperatures, and see, my concern with the evacuation with the people in nursing homes and the people in Texas and now Florida, and they don't have their medications. I think Texas extended the pharmacy to be able to do up to 30 days.
Well, and that's a real problem that we're facing. It's one thing to be stubborn and want to wait out the storm, to kind of weather the storm. That's a whole level of danger. But the way this thing is looking, these folks may be without power, maybe without water for weeks. If you're elderly in an un-air-conditioned place with diminished water, this could get very unhealthy for a lot of folks.
Okay, this question we're going to go to, I found this interesting because, I was shopping for a new toothbrush the other day. Now, wait a minute. No, this is actually very serious.
Once a year, right?
Okay, well, I tell you what, you're on a roll, okay? So I'm shopping for a new toothbrush the other day. There's two things I've realized, maybe three if I push real hard, but two things I've realized in the last year that I don't know how to purchase properly. Light bulbs. I used to know how to go get a 40-watt bulb and put it in.
Yeah.
Now there's 97 selections,
Right.
okay? So I don't know if I want LED.
That
So
could be a costly mistake, too.
yes, exactly. So I don't know how to buy light bulbs or a toothbrush. I thought, wow. So I go, I'm shopping for a toothbrush, and there's literally 150 maybe options. And I start seeing this toothbrush say, with tongue scraper.
Oh. Wow.
I mean, no, are you with me? You understand? And so here's the question. I've always struggled with bad breath. Could a tongue scraper help? Is it a sign of something medically wrong with me?
Good question. So oral hygiene, dental health is a whole area of interesting study. You know, if you've got persistent bad breath and sores in your mouth or a sore tooth or bleeding gums, I mean, you probably have periodontal disease, and that's a chronic bacterial infection. Your body's trying to fight that. It's using a fair amount of its resources trying to fight that. Definitely, if you've got, beyond bad breath, if you've got sores in your mouth or sore gums, get to your dentist. I know we love going to our dentist, but don't put that off, because that is...
So some of these things are signs of bigger things that you need to address.
Yeah, and then back to the toothbrush question. I mean, the main thing is using it. So,
I know you didn't. I know you.
as my mom used to say, brush the ones you want to keep. So, but I mean, you know, just brush your teeth regularly, brush them a lot, brush them often. When the toothbrush, you know, it kind of getting floppy on you, get a new one. That's pretty simple. It's
Well,
pretty
I try to keep up with things. I really do. I try to keep up with what's going on. What are the kids doing now? Okay, I try to. So I don't have the flip phone. So I did move past the flip phone, right?
Right.
But the tongue scraper caught me off guard. I had moved up the tongue.
It's hard when you first learn to brush your tongue. I mean, that's kind of that's a gaggy sort of thing, but it's something you need to do.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
I'm starting first thing Monday. No, I'm like, tongue scraper. Wow, okay. Now this one, there's an interesting, because here's another thing, because we start going to the pharmacy, and you look down these aisles, and the options are enormous for certain things. And I was joking with the toothbrush, but there's an enormous amount of options on certain things. Now, my eyes burn and are dry often, and I think the big word here is often, and it's not just a casual user. Is there a specific type of eye drops which will help?
I don't think there's a specific type. You know, there's a lot of over-the-counter products, generally something that works for you. I mean, I definitely would use it. Dry eyes, dry membranes, dry mouth can be related to medications you could be on. It could be related to a medical disease that you may have, particularly certain kinds of arthritis can lead to that. So if you're having a lot of trouble with dry eyes or dry mouth, that's definitely another reason to seek care. Our eyes are very important to keep them moist. You know, a lot of times when we have an injury or something, or like an unconscious patient that is not awake enough to know what's going on with their eyes, we'll tape their eyes closed just to make sure they stay moist and protected. You cannot let your eyes dry out. That's extremely dangerous.
Let me ask you this, because we always close with a couple of humorous things we talk about, but when you're here, you particularly focus in on something surrounding men's health, because I know that, and I know you always want to take this opportunity to encourage men and talk about men's health. Anything recent in any studies where men are concerned, or anything you want to share of encouragement of men to go to the doctor that won't go?
Well, maybe I can ask for some feedback, because I'm working on a new theory.
Well, hang on to this one.
No, I mean, I'm kind of serious about this.
Okay.
I think there's a part of a man's brain that physically we don't ever age beyond 20. So, I mean, I've got 80-year-old guys that'll go out and do something a 20-year-old might be doing, but an 80-year-old should not be doing. And it's amazing that, I mean, it's guy after guy after guy will come in, and they've injured something doing a physical job that at their age should not be done. And I caught myself being guilty of the same thing. And I think we regress into this part of our brain. We just never outgrow it.
Well, you know what? You said 20. Is it okay 16?
16.
All right, because I've refused to go over 16. But I start the task as a 20-year-old. I start the task knowing I've done this, I can do it, I'm only 20. And I end the task realizing I'm 42.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't pick up on that. But
Well, you aged rapidly. So. Well, I've got this mountain bike hanging up in my garage. You know, I'm in my 60s now, and I'm like,
Really?
I should go ride that thing. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I should sell it.
So you know, when you get seriously, on a serious thing, you know, that's interesting you say that, because men, we tend to, I think we tend to get, when we get older, still see ourselves as the person that can do these certain tasks and do these certain things that we did at one time, and we didn't get up and have to look for ibuprofen. And
well, I mean, it's a really interesting cultural thing. You've got these crazy people who are saying men and women are the same. I don't know where they get that, but
they're not getting it from me.
from a healthcare practitioner's perspective, ladies engage healthcare early. I mean, they have menstrual cycles, they have children, they have all kinds of medical things, for which reason, from a young age, they're engaged with the healthcare.
Okay, that's
Guys, they get the sports physical, unless they break something, they're not in my office until they're, you know, in a car wreck in their 40s or getting sick in their 50s. So they've got half of their life where they rarely ever saw a doctor. And I think for that reason, you know, and our bodies are great at healing themselves. We usually get over stuff. So we kind of go into this period when the warranty goes out thinking that we're just going to get over it, and putting things off or ignoring symptoms or not asking questions. So I think just men in general are not as engaging with their health as they should be. And quite honestly, a lot of the wives or ladies in the family will bring dad in or the husband in saying, fix this guy. You know, something's not right here. So it's really interesting cultural effect. For us men, we just do not pay enough attention to our bodies.
I told you never to share that in public when somebody.
Your wife brought you like this?
Yeah, I told you never to share that. Well, I appreciate it. And Dr. Tidman, I know that we always, when Dr. Raymond Tidman is on, we always have a little time that we spend where we encourage men to take their health serious. Is the only one way to put it. Right. You know, I guess I fit everything you said, because through the 30s and, you know, one day I felt a tear in my side, and the next thing I knew, I was having an emergency appendectomy, and that was the extent of it. And then one day I got up or in the middle of the night, and I thought I was dying, and I said goodbye to everybody, and then it was just a gallstone. And that was the second, but outside of that, you know, I didn't go to the doctor very often, but now I do the yearly blood work and everything like that.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, I'm both a physician and a patient. It's hard when you get to be that age where you have a true injury or an illness, and you're trying not to overreact.
Right.
Particularly our guys who've had heart disease and may have nearly died of a heart attack. From that point forward, every time you have a chest pain, you're asking yourself, is this another heart attack?
Right.
So for guys, it can be very confusing about what's happening, what's going on with their body.
Let me ask you a question before we close. You're from Minnesota?
Well, I've spent some time there.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have this theory about
that word "from." We got. All right. Let's back that
now.
Now
This is for all the Minnesotans that are in the audience here. I have a theory about Minnesota. You want to hear it?
Yes, I do.
Because clearly there is something in the water or the air up there. Because it's damn cold. I mean, it is really cold. And if you ask somebody, I've lived in a lot of places in the country. You ask somebody anywhere where else they might want to live, they have an idea. You know, when I was in Detroit, people would say, I want to live in Florida. When I was in Ohio, people might want to live in Phoenix, or I want to go to California. I mean, people have an idea of some other place they might like to be. You ask that question in Minnesota, you get a strange look. They're like, why would I want to live anywhere else? Because it's damn cold up here. But my theory is that if there wasn't something in the air, everybody would get the hell out of there.
You know, I want to be positive and not say anything negative about my friends from Minnesota, and I do have some. I think, but I think I'm with you. I've never thought about wanting to. You know, I worked in the Northeast, and I've seen 2 foot of snow, and I've seen I have seen the roads closed, and the only thing that can make it through is a snowmobile for 12 miles to a town. I've seen things like that, but the wanting to have a wind chill factor of 32 below and get up this morning, you know, you're a radio guy in Minnesota. Hey, it's only 3 below this morning with a wind chill of 24, minus 24. You know, unplug your car. You know, who wants that, right?
You know, in April it gets to be 32 degrees. They're going out in their t-shirts. I mean, it's just.
I will tell you this. We got to close this off. But when we go to Florida, like for Christmas, and you go to South Florida. You know, you're at the Gulf, and you're down there around a little bit north of Fort Myers, and it's Christmas time. You always know the Northeastern, the people from the Northeast, because it's only 68 and they're at the beach,
yeah.
You know, or 62 and they're at the beach,
yeah.
You know.
Swimming.
Swimming, right? So, hey, I'm your host, BKP. This has been our Ask the Doc segment with Dr. Raymond Tidman. We want to thank Georgia Cancer Specialists for sponsoring this. We appreciate when you get an opportunity to come by, Dr. Tidman. We really do, and I thank you and I enjoy it. And we must continue this in-depth phone conversation because I don't think we went through all of Ma Bell's period of history there. We missed it. Wait a minute. I can't leave without this, right? So they said the party phone, right? Or the is that what?
Party line,
right?
Here in Fannin County.
No. My grandmother lives. My grandmother lived in very rural North Carolina, and we would go visit. And I remember being a little kid, and the first time we went to I remember going to my grandmother's house, and the phone ringing. And it rang short, long, short. I'm running over because I'm just a little kid and I want to answer the phone. I remember my grandmother yelling, "Don't touch that. That's for the house out back." I'm like, what does that mean? You know, what? Don't touch that. That's for the house out back. Grandma. So I do remember about 5 years old, right? So I knew it was for the house out back. I knew they was on phone, so nobody's looking. I go over. Like this.
Listen in.
Yeah, because that amazed me. And then what is this, a party line? You mean there's 2 people on your phone, Grandma? We got to go. I can stay on this all day long. I appreciate you very much. You have a nice day. Good to see you. And up next, Ken Gaddis, candidate for Blue Ridge City Council, will be with us. Meet the candidate. Take us a break, Richie.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop Stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's T-E-A-S. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and we're in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge, Sycamore Crossing. And it's a little brisk this morning. We're continuing our Meet the Candidate segment here for Blue Ridge City Council as candidate Ken Gaddis. Mr. Gaddis, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Let's go right into a little background. Where you kind of like, where you from? Where'd you grow up? And
well, a lot of people know me because I am from Blue Ridge here. I grew up in actually the town of McCaysville. Grew up there. Married my wife. She's from Epworth, so you know we're familiar with this. We graduated this high school, got married, moved away to the metropolis of Atlanta to do plumbing career. Came back 10 years later and just basically re-fell in love with Blue Ridge.
So you left for a short period of time for career reasons, and I can understand that. And that's the big city. We'll call it the big city, but those are great places to go actually learn your trade and get the experience you want to be able to do it, because you have a small business here in the county?
Yes, I do own a small business, a plumbing company here. While in Atlanta, I received my Master 2 plumbing license, which allows me to size different pipes and stuff like that, especially for underground utilities. A lot of certifications to get through. You come back here and it's kind of, not as many people have them certifications because it's not really strictly enforced because of the volume of people that you have in Atlanta. such as Blue Ridge is more kind of relaxed and laid back. So I have all these certifications that allowed me to open my business with my wife and my 4 little girls. It's a good way to make a living.
Let's not gloss over a wife and 4 little girls. Boy, that's a morning at the Gaddis house.
Yep.
You're the only guy there, huh?
I'm the only guy there. Me and Cole, our dog. He's the only 2 boys in the house.
Is there times when you and Cole need to go in?
Yeah, we just go out in the yard and play. Just me and him.
You're running for Blue Ridge City Council. What post is that? Which one?
I'm running post 3.
Post 3, and you are you're opposing an incumbent, Councilwoman Angie Art, is your the incumbent for that. So post 3. Generally, why are you running for council? Did you have political aspirations? What exactly took place that said I want to run for this post?
People ask me that, but they ask it a different way. Are you crazy? Is usually how it starts off. And
Slow down. Hit the rewind. You got that rewind button? 30 seconds. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Why are you interested in this post and being a city council member?
I think at a point in your life, you can ask a serviceman why he joined the service, a branch of the armed forces. And it's kind of like it feels the right thing to do. It's kind of like a calling. I've watched the council over the last few years. I've wanted to kind of give some input to the point, and I was like, you know what, I really, just a citizen here, there's other citizens, they'll do it. To the point now, it's kind of frustrating as a citizen to see some of the things going on inside the council, the way the money's being spent, some of the personal vendettas towards each other. It's like the citizens at some point was being cut out. And I'm just a citizen of Blue Ridge, and my whole goal is to let the council be run by citizens of Blue Ridge, which the council members today are citizens. I'm taking this candidacy as a positive spin. I'm here to help the city of Blue Ridge. I want to give everything I got to this. Me and my wife have talked about this, even my kids, and we're all in. Some of the things, that we want to see as citizens is what can we do to incorporate Blue Ridge to make it better? And one of the things on my agenda is we can take things that are kind of overseen and let's use the high school, for instance, the talent at the high school. We can take that high school and their woodworking department, and I've talked to them, and they would donate to us, the city of Blue Ridge, park benches, park picnic tables, and this ain't the only park down here. Let's talk about the big park that all the citizens go to over there in the main part of the Blue Ridge that I grew up in. And the high school said if we would just donate the material costs, that they would do it. I asked them if they would engrave their class and everything on it. They said they'd be more than glad to. And I said, what better way for a citizen to walk into town, or a tourist even, or just somebody from the county walking in and seeing park benches made by our own citizens, our own school kids, and have it engraved. That takes pride. Also, I'd like to see the high school. They have student councils up there. I'd like to see them, invite them into our city councils to see how it runs, so the future can be laid forth with knowledge, and they can see, is this something I want to pursue further on? And that can kind of help them, guide them more in their college careers possibly. But it can actually give back to Blue Ridge in I need to go downtown because my kid helped make that picnic table. My child helped make that park bench. I want to go down there and sit on it because you want to take pride in your city. And I think the citizens need that pride brought back into Blue Ridge.
Are you looking at this, because I'm listening to what you're telling me, and are you looking at what you're talking about with the high school, which is really something that I really enjoy hearing, getting the kids involved? Are you saying that is just one of the, I'll say, many ways to put the residents of Blue Ridge back into downtown Blue Ridge?
Exactly.
Is that what it is? Because I don't like some words. I like to be cautious. I don't like to say disconnect. And something that troubles me personally is the Blue Ridge residents and the Blue Ridge downtown, and how in the world that became two worlds. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand, and you can hear a lot of that in different words people say out, but for me, I'm running to unite the community. I've talked to citizens through downtown, through on the backside there, and if elected, I want to state that I told citizens this, that I myself as a candidate, if elected, will personally make it my goal to stop by different roads throughout my candidacy as council member and ask the citizens what we could do better for them. And I'd expect the other council members to join me when the time comes to find out what we can do better for the citizens, because it's time for the citizens to take back the council. And that way we unite. Downtown, there has been that separation, but if we start incorporating, such as the high school, into here, we're all Blue Ridge. We're all Blue Ridge. A city council represents the city of Blue Ridge, but people in the county walk in Blue Ridge, they spend money here in the city. People from out of town spend money in the city. Do we represent them? We do.
We gotta look at the circle, and I always say, we gotta look at the big circle. We like to talk about the SPLOST money, special purpose local option sales tax, that comes in.
Yes.
We like to talk about that. We like to talk about how we can take the SPLOST and put it towards things that need done, buying new equipment, things that need done in the city. But then there's the circle of who generates the SPLOST, and the reality of who generates the SPLOST is, I think, and I don't want to give a number to target, but I think SPLOST is as high as almost 60-some% from visitors. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It is not a majority of the SPLOST in the county from the residents here. So meaning when we get these big events that people visit and they spend money here, that's a major boost to the services that we're able to provide. You see where I'm going? I don't know.
The train.
That's to tie it all together.
The train, I say, is kind of a key component to this. The train brings in a lot of tourism, but tourism doesn't buy property in the city. They usually buy in the county. That's why I'm saying we're all united in this.
Right.
We're all connected in this. You said, the special purpose tax. I understand that the project tax is created by tourism, but we can't stop thanking the citizens for their tax paying, for them spending money in here.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
Go back to thanking the citizens. I've kind of seen, you could say they've been overshadowed to say, and I'm here to say I'm a proud citizen. I'm proud of every citizen here, and come election time, the citizens will cast their votes to see who will represent them in this election.
Well, let me say, because I always, and I'm listening to your campaign tone and some things that you've set that you want to make sure you focus on and get to the citizens of Blue Ridge. I always, and I'll say it when we're done, I always thank every candidate for their willingness to serve. And I don't want to say they don't, but sometimes I watch candidates leave and I don't know if they understand what I told them, that their willingness to serve. And these positions, the people are voting you to serve them as a representative in their city.
That's correct.
And I always say when you lose that connection of what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't think of I'm a city councilman. Think of as a service, as someone joining the Army, they are serving their country. They are going in, humbling themselves to serve others. And such is the council, which is not on that same platform, but you're saying, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to do what I can for the citizens of this city. I'm not over the citizens of the city. I'm a representative that's helping them. The citizens are here. I'm below them. They tell me what they need, and I try to incorporate that for them. The citizens are on the top mark here. Here's the council. Some points, the council feels that they're above the citizens, some of the council, but we need to realize that we're here to serve them. And that's why I've talked with my wife about this and everything. I said, is this, something for our family that I can go out and dedicate time to the citizens, and without batting an eye, through heavy prayer, we can guarantee that's what we're here for.
I want to ask you a direct question and close. I hear your general statement on the direction you're going. I personally like the, how did we become, and these are my words, folks, how did we become downtown Blue Ridge and then Blue Ridge, when there is definitely a way we can unify. If I step over here and look that way, I can actually see from Main Street family member's house. And somehow that's considered, and this is considered this, and I understand where you're going. So, but let me do a direct question.
Okay.
There are 5 posts. There are 5 posts you could have chose from.
Yes.
Okay, and there's 5 posts that you could have chose from. Can I ask you directly why you picked the post you're running for? Is there a particular reason that you picked that post when you could have went 4 other options?
The reason I chose that post, and I chose that post, is because this is the post, the representative of that post now is the one who I have conflicting interest for the city with. I see there's what this person would vote on, I would vote differently on. And that's the way I look at it. It's not like certain people, personas, is I'm attacking their persona, I don't like this individual. No, it goes basically off the stance that they stand on. Also, you go off the personality that the representation that they have during meetings, how they represent themselves to the public during the meetings. And we should hold ourselves in high regards during those meetings because we are truly representative. We should be prideful, we should respect our citizens, we should respect the media, everyone there, and just be more people without the arrogance.
Okay, I said I wasn't going to do this, but you're a big guy, and any guy that can live with 5
women.
Anybody that can live with 5 women, and then you're strong enough to answer this question.
All right.
I'm going to give you my not number one issue that I will ask every candidate if they come here and sit down with me. I'm a freedom of speech guy. And I'm not going to ask you to give specifics, but if elected, would you be inclined to join other council members in doing what I call returning freedom of the council back to the people and allowing them to have their voice?
Oh, correct. Oh, yes, definitely. Without a hesitation, that'll get my vote to give the people back their voice, because the people voting us in is their voice. And for us to press back on their voice after they use their voice to elect us is kind of hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? It's like, thank you, you voiced that you voted for me. Now I don't want you to speak
That's your
no more.
voice there, and
Yeah.
because I will tell you,
their voice is the only voice. The citizens, I'm a citizen. The citizen's voice is the voice.
I agree with organization. I agree with not running a chaotic meeting. I agree with some structure. I'm good with all of that. But the one thing I would say I take issue, and I'm not going to bring any names, I'm going to just call it the current council I take issue with, is right now to speak to the council, to address the council, you have to notify in a certain amount of time in advance. You have to talk about something that is on the agenda. And if it's a special called meeting, you're not allowed, there is no public comment. And I think at the end, there should be citizens wishing to speak. This is my personal opinion, and I will ask every candidate, not just put you on the spot. And I think if somebody doesn't want to talk about the things on the list, and I'm going to call it, a lady or a man, and somebody is elderly that wants to come in and stand at that podium and tell the council members they got to complain about their sewer bill, they should be able to come up there and just tell you.
I agree.
You agree with that?
I agree 100%.
Okay, I appreciate that. And again, I just will ask every single candidate to that. Personally, me, if you've known me for very long, transparency, freedom of speech, and we side with the citizens. So that's who we are. Mr. Gaddis, would you like, is there anything we left out this morning that you'd like to make comment before we go?
I just really appreciate the citizens. Being a citizen, being from here, I understand it. I also understand the business aspect of it also. With the SPLOST dollars, with the tax dollars, and how to represent your dollars and spend them properly. I just ask for your vote. My name's Ken Gaddis, and I am running for Post 3. And Brian, thank you for not bringing the fidget spinner today.
Oh, you wait a minute. Oh, you were holding that. Oh. Her fault. Anyhow, folks, Mr. Gaddis, as we tell every candidate that we speak to on the phone or is on the show, we tell every candidate, fetchyournews.com wishes you well in your campaign, and we thank you for your willingness to serve the citizens. I'm your host, BKP. This has been Meet the Candidate, Blue Ridge City Council members, and I want you to know, if you're watching out there, all members. So if some candidates you don't see on the show, they have been invited. I'm looking at you and telling you now, you are welcome to be here in our Meet the Candidate segment. We're going to take a break, and it's time for our all-star political panel. We got some subjects to talk about. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take us a break, Richie.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
The Tupelo Tea Mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's T-E-A-S. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Ellijay Fitness Center, located at 379 River Street in Ellijay. Open 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. Locally owned and operated by Mark and Amy Woodring. Now offering sport-specific training to young athletes. Doesn't matter the sport. If you want to excel, let us help you be your best. Call or come by today for customized programs. 706-636-2348. Ellijay Fitness Center, your local and friendly health club. A place where everybody is somebody.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey, and we're back, and we're in downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, beautiful place, and we're here with the Broken Bull, and we've got New Blue Home and Gift, Kinty the Peruvian Store, and Tupelo Tea. You know, Sam, I was just thinking, this is the week. This is the week. Now pay attention. No, that's Rose's job, to have that pay attention look. But Sam, every week Clay says hot or cold. And that will not be a problem, right? Today will not be the cold tea from Tupelo Tea. We will be having a hot tea. And I will challenge Clay. Every week I go in there and I tell him like 2 or 3 different moods and tastes I want. And I challenge him. Right, Sam? And he hits it. Joene is with us. Richie is with us, our all-star panel. Bruce and Rick are on special assignment. We have them out on special assignment.
Oh.
Their assignment is to... they'll be back next week, Rick and Bruce, but their assignment is to come back and tell us how we are perceived in the world. They're out there in the world. They're out there. So glad to have you guys. Let's. I want to throw some things out for topics, and I'm going to go with this one. Yesterday, and it does not mean now. What we have to be careful of is we still have to, I'm still going to have Justin Simmons. He is the candidate for, I think it's District 15 in Pennsylvania. Charlie Dent, about an hour after our show yesterday, decided he's not going to seek re-election.
Oh, hallelujah.
No, Charlie Dent. Easy with the hallelujah, because you got to be careful here. But here's the thing: did you pick up on any media this morning on not headlines? I know we have the hurricane and several things that could take the headlines, but did you pick up on any media talk about Charlie Dent, the co-chair of the Tuesday group, the liberal Republicans? I hate to use that in the same sentence. The co-chair, 7-term. Has decided not to seek re-election. Did you hear that anywhere?
No, but normally I hear everything first here.
Oh, there's a reason. There's a reason. Okay, but seriously, it's not out there because they don't want. They're kindly keeping this quiet. My opinion, you heard earlier, is Steve Bannon. Charlie Dent was probably going to be on top. I'll call it enemy list of Steve Bannon to go after.
Well, he certainly should have been up there, and there's quite a few others that might be vying for that top position. And one of the things yesterday, when you said that we should be calling Doug Collins or our representative and tell them that we do not support and do not want him to support the RNC or whoever it is that gives the money to the incumbents before the primary, because there's no way for anyone to run against these people that need to be replaced, because the Republican Party just keeps, giving them millions, and it's very hard for an incumbent that's unknown to generate that kind of political contributions. And that is so critical that I'm planning to send an email to everyone I know in other states to contact their congressman and senator and state the same thing. Whether it's a Democrat or Republican, they shouldn't be supporting the incumbents till after the primary.
Although you're an incumbent, I think all you really get out of that, or should get, is the eye on your name.
Exactly.
You agree, Richie?
Yeah, I think so. You hear a lot about how these incumbents, the key is that you'll hear, I know you've probably heard it a lot from behind the scenes, you'll hear folks say, well, once I'm in, because then I get the support and the funding and the consultants and the inside network, if you will, the establishment, if you will. But yeah, that was pretty crazy about Charlie Dent, especially after the show. We saw that poll come out. Which did we ever figure out?
You looked that up, didn't you? You looked that up in the Lehigh Valley. You showed a poll, and it was really skewed that Simmons looked positive.
Looked pretty good. I think he was even ahead.
Yes.
And it was a user poll, a user-generated poll by one of the newspapers, and it was the participation, I think, was like about 400 folks. And yeah, it was about 50-50. You don't know who's really voting in that kind of thing.
Let me tell.
That had to be a wake-up call.
Let me tell the audience, so you understand where I'm going with this, is in all these congressional races, in the Democrat side, you have the DCCC, the Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee. That's the DCCC, which that is why, strangely enough, Nancy Pelosi is still minority leader. Why? Because she's a fundraiser. Whether you like Nancy Pelosi or not, right?
Yes.
She's still there because why? She can raise funds for the DCCC. Now you have the R. It's not RCCC, but it's the House. It's the Republican House Campaign Committee.
Right.
And what we're saying is we don't think they should put money into a campaign until the primary's over and there's a candidate. And they're actually really not supposed to do that. And that's what you agree with that?
I absolutely agree with that. I mean, I look at our own election here, whether you're for or against, Speaker Ralston, he had a challenger, Sam Snyder, and, Ralston before the primary was able to have, $1 million in campaign money, and a lot of it came from, committees, and the other person that was unknown, had to get all the money on his own.
That sort of thing kind of comes with the territory, though. I mean,
it's not illegal. That's the thing. So when we when we say these candidates have this and have this, it's the format that we have allowed them. It's we, the people, have allowed them to create, and it's not illegal.
Well, that's why we need to tell our congressmen and senators that this is not right, because then we can never, it's so hard to change a person once they get in. And so even if they don't vote the way their particular district wants them to vote, it doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do about it if they get literally $1 million where they can do mailers and billboards and all these other things, and the incumbent, I mean the challenger, might be able to raise 30 or 40,000. I mean, there's.
I want to change the subject, but you got the last word on any of that?
The trouble you run into is you have these interest groups, whether they be the realtors associations or bar associations, things like that already have relationships with these elected officials. So in their mind, they would rather just go ahead and give the money and not have to worry about possibly dealing with someone else who they may not have a relationship with.
They don't know.
I definitely see your point, though.
But that's private interest groups, which
Sure.
they'd still be able
Right.
to contribute, and that's different. But the Republican Party and the Democratic
Sure.
Party shouldn't get to pick the candidate that they already control. See, it's a control thing. That's what's wrong with our Congress. Our representatives no longer get to vote really the way that their constituents want. They have to vote the way the party wants, and that's what's wrong.
Kind of like what we saw with the Democratic National Party with their primary last year,
Right.
Hillary and Bernie Sanders. Sorry.
All right, no. I want to change the subject because I want to get on to the deal. And I want to say this: Donald Trump. We have the optics of the photo of Donald Trump and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer in the Oval Office, which you really rarely are going to find a picture of Obama, Paul Ryan, and Mitch McConnell. But we find that, and all we hear right now is the deal that Donald made with Democrats. But we don't hear about, it is terrible. We have all these people going around, the conservatives right now. It's absolutely terrible that Donald Trump sat down with Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi. Now, I don't think there's ever a day to make a deal with those two, but that's not the subject. But nobody talks about the deal that Chuck Schumer, that Mitch McConnell made with Chuck Schumer, so Chuck Schumer's Democrat senators could go home and start running for re-election. Why don't we talk about that deal as bad as Donald sitting down with Chuck Schumer? You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I yes, I understand what you're saying, but on I agree. Except for on this show, I kept looking everywhere to see about an announcement, a headline, this is news that McConnell and Schumer behind the scenes agreed to pass. I think McConnell wanted 70 nominations and Schumer, said 40, and instead of meeting in the middle, McConnell just gave him 40, and they approved 40 of Trump's nominations when there's hundreds of them sitting out there, and let them go home. And that's just it. Everything's controlled in Washington. It's all these, deals. But I think, though, that there's all this noise about, Trump meeting with Schumer and Pelosi and whatever. I mean, in order to get something done, obviously McConnell can't bring 51 votes to the table, and much less 60 that they need, for some things. And so you've got to deal with the Democrats, and at least he's willing to sit down with them, and by giving them this, maybe then when it comes to something important on tax reform, they're now, because they got something, are going to have to, at least the other Democrats out there, realize that the president's willing to sit down with them. If Obama had ever sat down with the Republicans, something might have happened, back then. I mean, he's the president of the United States, not the president of the Republican Party.
Amen.
Right, but okay, I'll give you my opinion in a minute. Richie, what do you think about the deal? And what do you think about how cold it is? Because I'm starting to think about how cold it is. But anyhow, Pastor, I finally figured that out. That's why this is our last month outdoors, September.
I thought we'd have blankets this morning.
I'm thinking, campfire discussion. That's what we're going to start calling this. Not the all-star panel, campfire chat. Anyhow, Richie, what do you think about the deal that everybody's making?
We hear the word optics a lot, and Donald Trump, as we know, was a master of that throughout the primary and the election. He knew how to present things and build a coalition. I think he's growing the coalition, moving to secure that the moderates. Because, I mean, when you look at the far right, the Bannon right, the alt-right, if you will, even if they're disaffected, dissatisfied with Trump, it's not like they're going to go vote for a Democrat. So when you think about the optics of this, Trump looks like he's working to unify, right? To have bipartisanship. In the process, he's boxing in the Democrats. So if you're Nancy Pelosi and you have, maybe not her, but someone to the left and maybe a center-left district, maybe even a far-left district, you might see the Tea Party effect, where they get a primary challenge to the left because these people have been told for over a year now that Donald Trump's this racist, sexist, xenophobic, whatever. And when they see the optics of them working with Trump, it's no different than when folks in the Republican Party got primaried for agreeing with Obama.
All right, I'm glad you went there, and I was waiting for that to happen, and you went exactly where I'm taking. On the flip side, first of all, I'm not a bipartisan guy. I guess people don't have trouble picking that up. Usually, anyhow, I'm just not a real bipartisan guy. Okay, just not. We'll pass over that. But Richie, you went somewhere I wanted to go because let's look at the left, and not the Republican Party, just for a minute. If the optics, like Richie says, of Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer out there, and several other, Heidi Heidenkamp, Democrat from North Dakota, on the stage with Trump, you're going to start seeing probably Manchin down in West Virginia just edging a little closer. I think. What about the primary challenger on the far left, the Elizabeth Warren? You're never going to convince me that Elizabeth Warren is going to sign off, Bernie Sanders is going to sign off, Antifa, that left side, that deep left side, is going to sign off that this is good for them to have the optics, like Richie said. So do you think the Democrats are really risking a split in their party? What do you think about that?
Well, I do think that a few of them, I mean, Feinstein's comment last week.
It set him on fire. It was a test. I called it a test.
That, just to say that, he's only been in office 6 months. And
he's going to be president for 4 years.
Yes. And if things change, he might become a good president. So she might have been implying that if he leans more our way, he might become a good president, but she didn't say it that way. And the backlash that she got.
Right.
Still good.
And they're already talking about that they might primary her. And I thought, my God, if they're going to primary her and Waters and now Pelosi and Schumer just because they spoke to the president, that's really almost comical. I mean, it's...
Let me ask you, you remember last week, was it last week or has it been 2 weeks, on the show where we played the Feinstein clip and I said it was a test balloon? I said a couple weeks ago, I said, don't think that Dianne Feinstein and the Democrats don't realize the camera's running, don't realize that somebody's going to put this clip out and where they're at and what they're saying. So they use Feinstein because she's pretty safe. I mean, odds are, who's going to run against Dianne Feinstein, or if she even runs again? So what I'm saying is, she felt safe enough to send up the Democrat trial balloon. You follow me? Mm-hmm. And does that optic backfire on him, Richie? Do you think so?
I think the balloon got popped. I mean, she's still under heavy fire out west, California. I think there's a Politico article a few days ago talking about how they want a primary, to your point. And I think if you're Trump, you're thinking, okay, if they go far left and there's a primary and someone from the far left wins, your chances of winning a general election are outstanding. I mean, Simmons out in Pennsylvania, Justice Simmons. The fear, I would imagine, in the past is, a guy like Charlie Dent felt like he had to go more to the middle, be more left of, to the left of most of his Republican colleagues, whereas someone like Simmons traditionally wouldn't have as good of a chance because it's a more moderate suburb. But now, if someone like Simmons faces someone that's to the far left, the Antifa wing, I like his chances a lot more.
Well, let me say this. Simmons yesterday, and you watched the video of introducing him, the one thing about him and Charlie Dent is you heard him say there was a time when he helped Charlie Dent get elected or supported Charlie Dent. The sad thing is Charlie Dent, and let's wrap this segment up, but here's the sad thing is the guy you watched on the video, Justin Simmons, and we're going to be talking to him Monday. We're still going to go through with that interview because I want to share something else about that. But the guy we watched yesterday is Justin Simmons. 14 years ago, that was Charlie Dent. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's where we're, I'm going to say, running into a problem. See, 14 years ago, that video could have been Charlie Dent. That's what Charlie Dent sounded like, and that's why Charlie Dent had all those people working to elect him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's our problem is good intentions. They go in, and now when you're 14 years and, it's just...
Because if you want to get anything done, or if you want to be on a committee, if you want to have a decent office, you either toe the rope or you sit in a corner. And as Tom Graves found out when he first went up there. But one other thing I wanted to say on Trump that I think we should keep a watch on. Remember, Trump is not a traditional Republican, all right? He's much more of an independent. He's contributed probably as much to on the Democrat side in his lifetime as the Republican
side. And we knew that going in.
And we knew that going in. And I think that Schumer and Pelosi finally, instead of doing all this fighting, realized that Trump isn't getting a darn thing accomplished with a Republican Senate and a Republican House because they're so busy up there fighting. I don't know what it is they're doing, but instead of using this time to accomplish something for this country, they're all fighting and don't want to give this or give that. And the Democrats finally have realized that they could go negotiate with Trump and give him what he wants, and and get it modified so that if they're going to do tax reform, if they're going to do health care, if they're going to do this, they can get it the Democrat way and at least get something through. And the Republicans had better darn sight wake up, or he's going to do a deal with the Democrats.
But then,
in my opinion.
We got to frame that one because you hit it out of the park. I don't want to. I want to go to break, but saying that a deal with the Democrats. Republicans better watch out because Trump's got a pen and he's been waiting to sign some piece of legislation.
That's right.
And you better be careful what hits the desk first. I want to say this: we're gonna take a brief break. We want to run one set of commercials because we got our pet of the week, but we want to have about 10 minutes left. As my friend Frank, I can never use this without giving him the credit for it. As my friend Frank would say, they're all playing checkers. And Trump's playing chess. We'll be back right after these messages.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's T-E-A-S. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Hey, I'm your host. We're at Sycamore Crossing, downtown Blue Ridge. I'm rushing through this. BKP, did I get it all right? We got Broken Bowl. We got the New Blue, Home and Give. Kenty, chill a minute. Oh, no pun intended. It's called Kenty, are you freezing? The Peruvian store in Tupelo Tea. Richie, Joene, Bruce, and Rick are on assignment.
And I am chilled, okay? I mean,
Okay, just chill.
finally warmed up to 55 here.
September is our last month. I hate it when we have to leave. It's so beautiful. Actually, it's going to be a nice day, but it's so beautiful. And September is our last outdoor month. And then we're going to be indoors. And we want to welcome all of our hurricane evacuees that are headed up here from Florida. Welcome to North Georgia. Anything we could do, and let's be nice to each other. And that's coming from me.
I know, I hear that. You know, it's going to be beautiful here this weekend. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
And I feel so bad looking at all of the destruction. I mean, I've been to St. Martin several times, and I just cannot believe what's happened to the island, and and all the other islands down there. And it's going to come right straight up Florida. They say it's going to hit every single county, and it's just hard to fathom this kind of destruction after Harvey in Texas.
Well, it's hurricane season, and okay, I got a couple minutes. I always love when our panel touches around some areas, and when they touch around some areas, and take this in stride, when you touch on an area, and then you touch on an area, and it actually goes into where I can wrap it up and tell you where I'm going with something. You touched on Feinstein, political balloon out there, Trump's president, he could be a good president. 2 weeks later, Pelosi's in the office, Schumer's in the office. Hang on, wait for this. You're going to want to hold on to your hat for this one, okay? Because this is a wild prediction, maybe my wildest ever, Okay, so Pelosi and Schumer, so the optics are out there. So you're saying the far, far left, okay, could be primarying the Democrat that's there today. Okay, now you over here on the other hand, you said, hey, let's remember Trump is not a traditional Republican. He's not a traditional Republican. He may bring Pelosi in. He may cut some deals to get his tax reform, and it may not have the traditional Republican stamp on it, right? That's where you're at. I know you too well. That's all I was looking for, right? All right, now I want to wrap it. Okay, thank you. All right, I want to wrap this up. Here's my prediction.
I'm waiting.
Hang on.
Okay, I'm hanging on.
In 2020, Trump will run as. Oh wait, one more thing. Now this is a little. No, I got to. Did Trump need other people's money to win? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
The RNC did okay.
Well, the RNC, yes, but did
ground game? But in theory, no.
No, in theory, no. Right?
Right.
So he's not bound to anybody, right?
Right.
Okay, here it is. Now that we wrapped all that up, in 2020, I predict that Donald Trump will run as an independent and will be the first independent president of the United States. That's my prediction.
Then he becomes William Howard Taft.
She just giggled at you.
You think I'm so far out there?
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's no reason for him to do that.
Why? Why not? I mean, it's just something I wanted to have fun. I wanted to have fun with that because Bannon, all right, first of all, you got to remember something. When I say you, I know, don't take this wrong, but you got to remember something, folks out there. You're seeing, yes, you do, you're seeing Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer sitting in the Oval Office with the president, and it's the Republicans that have had 6 months to end this witch hunt on Russia. Not the Democrats. They don't have the control of these committees. It's the Republicans that could have changed the rules in the Senate and passed things. It's the Republicans that have allowed, that went on TV and said, yes, we have to have special counsel. It's the Republicans. Realistically, the Democrats could have just been noise, right? You agree? They could have only been noise for 6 months. The Republicans is actually the action that could have been taken. Period. There's as many, if not more, Republicans behind the scenes in Washington, D.C. that have been out to get Trump for the last 6 months as any Democrats. Will you agree?
Yes, and if they just read Hillary's new book, you know, even she says that why didn't Obama do something about the Russians? You know, that, I mean, Obama knew all about the Russians.
Told him to knock it off.
And yeah, why didn't, you know, he do an investigation and stop it? You know, like, what's Trump got to do with it?
Here's the reason I say this, because Bannon said, all right, there is this populist sentiment, okay, and a populist campaign right now that Republicans do not like. They do not like this populist theme that Bannon is running, okay? Trump hit into a populist theme that America was ready for, right? But the Republicans are not on board with it, are they? No, they're not, huh?
No.
Not at all.
Well,
Not at all.
no, some aren't, but some are. I mean,
But for the establishment is not on board with this
not.
populist theme
No,
that Trump's
not at all.
tapped into, right?
Right.
What if Steve Bannon is on the phone with them? Steve Bannon said in his interview with Charlie Rose, okay, he said in his interview with Charlie Rose that he thinks it was the very first meeting Mitch McConnell showed up at Trump Tower and in the room said before he left, looked at Donald Trump, president-elect, and said, you got to stop all this drain the swamp talk. Right?
Okay.
I went so far out there, but don't get shocked if President Donald Trump doesn't run as an independent and win in 2020, because just don't get shocked. I mean, it's
Okay,
way out there. It's
all
way
right,
out there. I
all right,
understand that. I understand it.
That's, now that I've had a minute to think about it, this far out idea, there is so much sentiment of the Republicans that elected Donald Trump that really wish there was a third party.
Exactly.
And so there just might be some.
I'm telling you. I mean, you know, the third party. What you got?
In 1908, Theodore Roosevelt said he would not run again.
Mhm.
He had only
That's
been
right.
elected once. His hand-picked successor, William Howard Taft, won the presidency overwhelmingly.
Mhm.
Roosevelt goes to Africa, goes on a safari, gets disaffected with everything. Comes back in 1912, decides he wants to be the populist candidate, runs as a third party. They split the vote. We get Woodrow Wilson and the birth of modern liberalism. So we got to be careful with some. I mean, because they're
I understood. No, you're hitting.
It scares the heck out of me. You know?
What were they? Were they the Bull Moose Party?
Bull Moose Party.
Bull Moose Party, right? And Roosevelt split
And in 16, did it twice.
Yes. Okay. We got to get to our pet of the week. Joene, final thought, final comments. What subjects did you want to make sure you?
Well, I have a comment of something that I heard this morning that just sent me into orbit. You know what happens when that happens.
Yes, I do.
But the FBI has decided not to pursue the emails and Hillary's server and all of the stuff that we know for a fact that went on behind the scenes when she was Secretary of State, and all the hidden emails, the destroyed emails, etc., because there isn't enough public interest. I mean, since when did we get to vote on what the FBI does? Not enough public interest. People were screaming about this when she was running, and just because we aren't screaming about it now, I mean, there's just as much.
So if you break
interest.
the law, if nobody's interested in
Exactly. If you can do anything you want, and if nobody cares,
not enough interest.
It was the story of the year last year.
But the FBI has decided not to pursue something so significant and such an illegal act against our country because of lack of public interest. I mean, I think we need to generate some public interest.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
Richie, final thought?
Talking to a friend who lives in Tennessee who works for a pro-immigration, pro-DACA nonprofit. We got into it a little bit after the decision last week. And I said to her, so if Trump makes a deal and gets the wall and says, okay, I will give amnesty to everyone, but there's only one caveat, they'll never be allowed to vote. I said, would they go for that? Because she had just gone through a whole preamble of how they just want to stay here and live the American dream and work and not have to leave. Well, when I brought up the hypothetical, she said, absolutely not. They would not go for that. We always have to be aware of the agenda, right?
Oh, the agenda. I like that. I like that. Well, I want to thank Richie and Jane. No, Jane's not here. That's you're Joene.
Joene, yes.
I'm sorry. Come on,
to
it's
meet you,
Friday.
you know? It's,
Good to see you.
yes.
Good to see you. How are you? I'm sorry. Oh, wow, and I thought I'd get through 2 hours without getting in trouble, okay? Anyhow, thank you, Joene, Rick, Bruce, and what's his name? Rick. They're out on special assignment. Folks, I think what has happened is Steve Bannon and Donald Trump have known every bit of this from day one. Obviously, there's been some curves in the road. I think Steve Bannon left at an opportune time. I think Steve Bannon is ready to take the populist message to the incumbents that scares the guys like Charlie Dent half to death. And I think we are set up now. Steve Bannon dislikes Mitch McConnell so bad. I think we are set up now that we may finally get a new Speaker of the House and a new Senate Majority Leader, which we need. And that would put enough fear in some of the representatives. Remember the word representative? To represent us. That's my thought. I like what Richie said because that's where I was going with my prediction. A populist theme is once, if you go into history and look at what Roosevelt did with a populist movement and what he attempted, I think Donald Trump has taken everything in history that has been attempted and he finally completed it. So that's possible. So we're going to come back with our pet of the week.
So are Rick and
Bruce
traveling together?
Yes, they're traveling together. They're on special assignment. One guy asked the question 1 minute, and the other guy the next minute. We're gonna take our break. We're gonna have back Pet of the Week, and it's Friday Night Football. I'll make a couple comments before we close on that today. We got a pooch ready?
Is it going to be like jaywalking?
Yes, pooch is ready. Yes. All right, I'm your host. Take us a break.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken Bowl, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bowl, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Ellijay Fitness Center, located at 379 River Street in Ellijay. Open 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. Locally owned and operated by Mark and Amy Woodring. Now offering sport-specific training to young athletes. Doesn't matter the sport. If you want to excel, let us help you be your best. Call or come by today for customized programs. 706-636-2348. Ellijay Fitness Center, your local and friendly health club. A place where everybody is somebody.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Yes, I'm your host, BKP, and it's time for the star of the show every week. Oh, you're such a beautiful pooch. You must have been a beautiful baby. This is Piper. I'm sorry, I get carried away.
She's enjoying
Now,
it.
Piper, let's talk.
I think you have to take her home.
I think we both have a cold nose. I think we both have a cold nose, and I want you to keep your paw off my hoof. You got it? Just don't step on my wheel toe.
Nice chance.
Tell me about, don't do that. Look away. Look away. Look away.
Piper is a lover. She's a lot of energy. She's a little over a year old. She's been with us since June. She's like I said, she has a lot of energy, so she loves to play. She's walking okay. I mean, I have a leash or a harness on her, and she kind of pulls, so we're still learning that one and trying to teach her. She was found by some people, and they surrendered her. She was in the middle of the highway. I don't remember what highway. And they got her and saved her life and brought her to us, and we were able to take her back in June. And as you can tell, she loves to be petted. She loves attention. She loves her belly rubbed. When we got here, she had to greet every single person that we came in contact with, and she had to say hello, and then she played with her stuffed toy and totally demolished it. So she just loves to play, and she can also keep herself entertained, as she did over there on the couch. But right now, that's it. This is what she loves. She loves people. She loves to be a part of a family. She wants to be a part of a family, and she cannot be ignored. She wants loving. She wants a lot of loving.
You know,
you're doing pretty good.
Well, we talk every week because the Humane Society of Blue Ridge, and Rena, thank you very much for bringing a pet once a week. The Humane Society of Blue Ridge, they do an outstanding job. All of the volunteers out there, we want to thank all of them. But you guys all do an outstanding job of matching the pet with either trying to help make the decision if family, children, other dogs. And we always go through that every week. Now, Piper, am I guessing family and kids is a home run?
I believe she's really good with kids.
Oh, I think so. I mean, this is
because the hyper. You know, there has to be some training there because depending on the size of the child, you'd have to watch her jumping or whatever.
Realistically, when you bring one of the dogs, all jokes aside, I do pull on them in a couple areas because you're not going to be able to tell little kids not to pull. You know, and sometimes because that could irritate the dog.
Yes.
And this
and
Piper's,
she's fine.
Right. She's not bothered by anything.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. You know, I'm getting sidetracked here, but that's not hard for me. I seen a little video the other day. Did you see a video where the kid's using a basset hound to stand on to get in the refrigerator?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that was great. Have you seen that one, Sam? Yeah, the little kid, he's in a diaper, and the basset hound stands there, gets in line. He climbs on the basset hound. He can get to the refrigerator door, and the basset hound knows it's doing its job. So that is cute. So what about you?
She'd probably open the refrigerator.
I'm looking at kids may be okay.
I think kids are okay. Now, other dogs we'd have to do a meet and greet with her.
Yes.
She's okay next to some of our dogs. When we got here, there was a little dog that she was barking at. So definitely a meet and greet. I'm not going to say definitely no because they are totally different when they get out of the shelter. We had Dalton there who we thought would never be able to be with another dog. He got adopted, and he has his best friend up the street from where he lives is a dog. So, you know, that when they get out of the shelter, they are just totally different once they get in routine with their new family. But we would do a meet and greet with a dog. We would also do a meet and greet with a child to make sure that the child wants to bond with the dog, because it's not good to, you know, have a kid that doesn't want anything to do with your dog.
What's that about?
She's wanting to be pet. She don't care about that treat.
What's you want?
She's a good dog. She's a lover. She gives kisses.
All right.
But yeah, she's been with us just a little while, not quite as long as Miles and Rusty, but she really needs a home, and she can be a great companion. She rode very well in the truck. She stayed in the back seat. I was trying to call her up front, you know, so she could look around, but she liked the back seat, and she just laid there, and she was a perfect little rider, and she'd really be a great companion.
Talk about the Humane Society's intake program, to where if you want to adopt one of these beautiful animals today, now there's several. Do you bark at cats?
I haven't tested her.
Okay. Could you test her?
Sure.
If you'll test her, because if she'll bark at cats, I mean, we may have a winner. I'm sorry, all you cat lovers, please don't hold that against me.
Yeah,
I'm
really,
sorry.
no comments. She
Get your
probably would.
paws off
I mean,
me.
I don't know. We haven't taken her over by the porch of the cats, but I don't know about cats. I can't say that with her. But anyway, so when they come in, they go straight to intake, and that's a 14-day period, and we do that to make sure there are no diseases to be taken over to our general population. And after the 14 days, we'll move them over to general population. And if they're not spayed or neutered, they'll get spayed or neutered around 5 or 6 months. She wants to go greet him.
I told you, don't get on my hoof.
See, there she goes. That's what she wants. She wants her belly rubbed.
You gotta get over here. Come over.
But
I know
anyway,
the pooches.
so
You keep talking.
I will. So when they're adopted, they're fully vetted and they're spayed or neutered. They're microchipped and they're ready to go home. Piper is ready to go home. She is all
She's
set.
ready to go home.
She's ready to find her forever family
my
and be a
gosh.
companion for someone. And as all of our general population dogs are, and cats and kittens. We have tons of cats and kittens
What do you want?
that also need homes. She wants pet. She's going to say pet.
Okay, all right.
She'll do this all day long. She just
Absolutely.
loves the attention.
Humane Society of Blue Ridge, and I could stay here all day with these beautiful animals, and I do look forward to this every week. We love these dogs, and they do have several cats, so you need to go over to Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Give them all your information. You probably did. I just don't
No,
pay
I
attention.
have not yet.
Okay.
We are located at 171 Mineral Springs Road, which is just off of Aska in Blue Ridge, and it's 706-632-4357. Humane Society of Blue Ridge.org is our website. Follow us on Facebook, and you can see the new dogs that come in, the dogs that get adopted. We post pictures all the time. If you find a dog, if you lost your dog, check our website. If they bring a picture, we will post that as a courtesy post. And just come on out and come visit our dogs. And the same with cats. If you are looking for a cat, there are many different types of personalities with the cat. So if you want a cat that just laid back, we have that. If you want a cat that plays like crazy with you and wants to be your best friend, we have those too. So come on out and visit all of our animals. Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't gloss
You gotta
over
come.
that.
I'll show you some wonderful
A cat
cats.
that wants to be your best
Yes.
friend.
Well, there's one there that'll help you no matter what you're doing.
I just love the puppy.
But we are open Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 2. We are closed Sunday and Tuesdays.
You're spoiled. Oh, ears up. No, that's not a beer truck. So go
Well,
back
it's
to sleep.
ears up, but she's not worried about getting up.
Well, don't forget, Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Humane Society of Blue Ridge. You can find their Facebook page. And hey, Piper's looking for a home today, and so are all of Piper's friends out there, and the ones across the hall, the cats. Can't forget about them. Let's be nice. I'm your host, BKP. It's been a beautiful, beautiful morning here at Sycamore Crossing in Blue Ridge, downtown Blue Ridge. Broken Bull, New Blue Home and Gift, the Kinty Peruvian Store, and Tupelo Tea. And again, welcome all of our friends from Florida that are up here just getting away and escaping the dangers of the hurricane. And our thoughts and prayers with all of you. And that's it. I think we're done. I think we're finished.
Continuing coverage all weekend.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you said that. Don't forget, FetcherNews.com. One more comment. FetcherNews.com. We have all of our staff. Our entire staff is on notice this weekend. You can go to Fetcher News from Towns County, Union, Fannin, Gilmer, and Pickens, completely at 5:15. We will be looking into, as this weather changes in our area, where the shelters are, if necessary, where the shelters are, anything as far as the storm's concerned, and anything we could be of help with information, you can check with us. And it's Fetch Football Friday. Look for us tonight. Our game of the week is Pickens and North Hall. Just a real quick, if you don't mind staying for this just a second.
Oh, don't mind.
Union County Panthers are traveling over to take on Andrews tonight. The Fannin Rebels are headed over to Chastity. They're away tonight. Chastity, that's over in Hall County. And the Bobcats are off this weekend. And our game of the week is the Pickens Dragons hosting the North Hall Trojans. Yes, got it. And that's tonight, 7:30. Follow us on Twitter. RJ said that we're going to have a Twitter beef. I told him at my age I don't do a Twitter beef, but we have one tonight. I'm your host, BKP. See you tonight on Twitter and Facebook.